We are here with Mathews, Nedumpara. Sir, when we last spoke, we were talking about corruption in the judiciary. So you didn't answer that question. So can you outline the level of accountability among the judiciary?
You asked me about corruption. I was little reluctant to answer. That's a very, very dangerous subject. But I cannot skip the question I'd like to answer. When it comes to corruption, the Supreme Court judges themselves say, former judges, they say, see, judges are not fallen from heavens. Corruption is a way of life. But corruption is a way of life can be accepted in the judiciary. Certainly in the field of politics, in the executive, there is corruption, no doubt about it. But we are free to speak. They have seen ever so many chief ministers, cabinet ministers, even prime ministers have to face prosecution for corruption. So there is judges, the executive, the prime minister, the cabinet minister, the chief ministers. Nobody is above law. Nobody is immune from law. There is no immunity. But when it comes to judicial corruption, the law doesn't give any immunity for anyone to be corrupt. But in real terms, nobody can dare to speak about judicial corruption. I am answering your question, but I won't venture to talk even 1/10 of what I wanted to talk. Because if I say something, I will be inviting myself to the contempt of court proceedings. I will be inviting all sorts of calamity to me. Therefore, I don't venture it. And because you see, when you talk about corruption, it's forget about contempt. There is a law of defamation also. And one of the former retired judges of the Supreme Court filed a suit against Times of India. And I believe my memory is not wrong. 100 crores was awarded. The demand was of 100 crores, and it was that suit was decreed in favor of the Supreme Court judge. So the law of contempt, law of defamation. In the face of that, I have to answer the question. That is the reason why I evaded from answering. Now, having endured it, see, I can only say, consider as truth what I have seen with my own eyes and heard with my own ears. Nothing else I can accept as true when it comes to the domain of corruption. But the fact that, yes, in our day-to-day life as we are lawyers, we hear a lot of things. I should say in the corridors of the court, there are a lot of gossip. And I believe there must be at least 1% of what is talked about must be true. Could there be a smoke without a fire? And in actual life, in many occasions, I could sense corruption. Say, for instance, I don't name anybody. Certain judges, their immediate relatives, when they buy, ever so many luxury cars, I don't even know the names of these very expensive luxurious cars. And then word from the wealth suddenly come. So, Christ said, it is easier for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. So, therefore, when there is enormous sudden wealth, there is something fishy. And then, otherwise than in the conduct of actual cases, which I am referring to now, petition number 1598 of 2008, Nagar Enterprises, then Suraj Babulal Mahar versus Municipal Corporation of Bombay. And look at the respondents. Jugaraj Padak, Municipal Commissioner. Anil Koje, Assistant Municipal Commissioner. Then Deputy Commissioner, Collector, etc. etc. The petition is filed by a builder. And look at the remedies which he has sought, the relief which the petitioner has sought, the builder has sought. the builder has sought a mandamus or a direction directing the municipalities to carry out a survey of the and prepare a list of unauthorized structures. Then the further relief sought for is to take necessary steps to carry out the demolition of the structures. So the writ petition was filed by a builder for seeking demolition of the structures of the structure of the slums, and this is in Chandivali in Thane, around 10 acres of land. It's a private land. A private land, a builder, Nahar Enterprises, who purchased this, entered into a development agreement with the owner of this property. He wanted to remove the occupants, slum dwellers. And the slum dwellers are there since 1975 also. They are statutorily protected slum dwellers under the Slum Act. They cannot be removed. They are entitled to the protection. And therefore, they found a very ingenious method. They, in collusion with the municipal authorities, filed a writ petition in the Bombay High Court. So, writ petition is a public law remedy for enforcement of a right which the law recognizes at the hands of public authority. Here, who are the occupants? Who are the slum dwellers? The slum dwellers in a private land, in a private property of Nahar Industries. Then they cannot be evicted, assuming that they are not protected slum dwellers. They are assuming that they are illegal. Their occupation is illegal. Then what to do? The Nahar Industries has to get them evicted by filing a suit, like any other private person. If there is a dispute between you and me, I have to go to a civil court. If you have occupied my property, I have to go to a civil court and get you evicted. You cannot use the state machinery for that. So therefore, the Nahar Industries filed a petition in the Bombay High Court asking for a eviction of the slum dwellers, and that petition was filed without not a single slum dweller party array. The petition, they produce a list of slum dwellers that they have given the name numbers of 325 slum dwellers. So they are asking for the eviction of the slum dwellers, around 800 in numbers, without not a single of the slum dweller on the party array. And now the matter came before the court. The judgment was delivered on 13th of August 2008. On 15th, the senior judge retired. And nobody ever told the court that the necessary parties, the slum dwellers, are not on the party array. The attempt here is to evict the slum dwellers behind their back. And look at that. The court granted the relief. The court granted the relief to evict them. And this is a collusive proceedings. Could such an order, could the court be so naive not to understand that the affected parties are not on the party array? And to facilitate, the builder named the municipal commissioner, etc., as arrayed as a party respondent. In a case against a government authorities, you cannot make the officials as a personal respondent unless they have a specific allegation against them. And after obtaining such an order from the Bombay High Court, the municipal authorities filed a special leave petition just to get it dismissed, so that to put the information of the approval of to say that it has been approved by the Supreme Court as well. So therefore, these are not areas where any lawyer would feel something fishy. I am not saying there is corruption, which I have not seen with my own eyes. Nothing. The situation, what is on record, shows something very strange. So when we lawyers, when we come across such things, still we are unable to, not daring to, raise our voice, raise our fingers, because we are fearful of contempt of court proceedings. So therefore now, Therefore, we have to accept there is maybe compared to other departments of the government, maybe judiciary, there may be level of corruption may be much less, but the general perception is not like that. Judiciary is as corrupt as any other institution is what the general perception. I am not subscribing to that, but I still believe there certainly there is corruption in the judiciary, and it is probably on the rise because there is absolutely no accountability. Judges have absolute immunity, Judges Protection Act, and therefore we need to have a credible mechanism for where a citizen agreed with acting bona fide with the credible material can lodge a complaint asking for an investigation inquiry into the suspect of corruption, and without being faced to without being under the scare of being or the fear of being called up in contempt. I believe this video may help in generating public opinion to that effect. Thank you.